Vitality has lost 11 series to KCorp, dating back to August 13th, 2023, which is the last time that they beat KarmanCorp and RLCS. They finished EU 3rd after Open 1, 2, and 3 for the Boston Major, which led them to the Group of Death, as it's being named, Group C, with KCorp, Twisted Minds, and Space Station. Through rounds 1 and 2, KCorp and Vitality both went 2-0, beating Twisted Minds and SSG pretty dominantly in the first 2 rounds, which leads to KCorp versus Vitality in round 3. This ends up being a seeding match, as both teams will advance no matter who wins, but at the end of the day, it's Zen versus KCorp. We're going to take a look at a couple games from Zen's POV in this series. Early on, Vitality gives away the first 2 games to KCorp, which leads them to match point. So Vitality needs a reverse sweep in order to beat them, which would be for the first time in almost 3 years. This is gameplay from Game 3. You can see that Zen is being very patient. He's not going for the ball. He's not taking any crazy 50s. He's just letting his teammates work, just circling around as third man. And then he challenges here as first man, as he sees his last 2 guys rotating to back third. He's not wave dashing around the field. He's not flipping. He's not doing anything crazy. He's just grabbing boost and getting back into the play. Taking great 50s and just trying to get in the way of the opponents. He's looking for demos / bumps on his rotations to the back post. Again, here we just see him being very patiently, which then sets up for him to have a solo play here. He sees Exotic moving forward. He's able to flick past the first man and almost gets a nice 50 against Atao to slot it. Just a couple seconds later in the game, Exotic hits him in free space here, puts it over on the left wall. He obviously gets a nice catch because he's Zen, but notice he doesn't do anything flashy. He just tries to hit it over first man and get a nice 50 for second man. Immediately rotates back into play, lets Stizzy and Exotic do their thing. Stizzy is going to hit him the ball to the back right corner here. He has a nice touch, and he just gets it around Atto and gets a nice drive-through bump on Juicy, which then leads Exotic with the ball. A 1v1 against Fatira on the back wall, leads to an open net. Zen slots it up. Later in the game, Zen's rotating for back post, gets demoed by Atao, but he doesn't seem fazed by it. Immediately respawns, sees that his teammate has a nice touch to the backboard. He's able just to get a nice clears honestly into their net, forces Juicy to go, and he's just in good positioning here. He's not doing anything crazy, sees Fatira gets a bad touch, just puts it on net. Now let's talk about some key takeaways that we just noticed from Zen. We saw that he was patient on defense. He was just working in the space past the first man, challenging. He wasn't using any flashing moves, and he was looking for demos on rotation. Now, these are all things, no matter what rank you are, you can take away and try to apply in your own games. So I want you to look at these 4 things and think about which one of these are you not doing well, and which one are you doing well. So that way you can look back and say, alright, I'm doing this one really well, let me keep at it. And then this one I'm not really applying or thinking about in the game. And you can even go back and just watch your own replays of it, or even in-game if you're able to think about these things. That's when you'll start seeing improvement in both your gameplay and your MMR. Vitality ends up finishing the tournament in the grand finals, losing only to Gentlemates, who had Nas and Oski performing absolute peak in this tournament. They ended up beating NRG, who was NA1, Team Falcons, who was MENA1, and we just saw them beat KCorp, who was EU1. Which means they had arguably the toughest path in order to reach the grand finals. Accredited partially towards Zen and how he's able to stop playing Hero Ball, which we saw him doing last year, and start using his teammates, playing patiently as third man, and just executing on his opportunities whenever he saw them. Thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoyed breaking down this gameplay from Zen and being able to help us apply some of the learnings from how the pros are able to adapt and overcome their situations, especially seeing how even a 3-year 11-match losing streak can be broken just by going back to the foundational basics in Rocket League. I'm thinking about doing a part 2 of this series, breaking down more of Zen's gameplay from the Boston Major. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below on whether you would like something like that or found some other things that Zen was doing better throughout this tournament. But thanks again, I'll catch y'all in the next one.